So here I wanted to show the dried fruits and the nuts. So for my blood type, these ones I can only buy and give to the birds. So that's what I'm doing. Cashew is not okay. Says the lectine person on the internet. Mango would be okay, but if you can buy the whole fruit, why take in the dried one? Because all the water is gone, and since I consist of water mainly, I would want to eat something that contains this healthy water, right? It's a different thing if you eat something like this and then drink water, or if you have a mango fresh and eat it. So that one is okay, the almond. That one would be really good, but to eat it without peel. So like to put it into water for some hours and peel it. Yeah. So these are all organically grown. That's okay. Like the doctor that is training the Swiss football team allows the footballers one date one date a day. These, meaning one of those before 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or one fig, just one. Otherwise they intake too much sugar, and that one slows down their sport capabilities. Yeah. So these are organically grown. That would be okay to take any of these. Here it's a different scenario. I can't eat any of those. So again, it's like one shelf where we can only be friends with half of it. So here we are at the pure sugar shelf. Here you shouldn't take any of those whatever. Like here on the other side, that's the healthy alternative, to kind of take like one date or one fig a day before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's it. He says to intake milk and sugar at night to be sleeping better could also end in sleeping altogether, like to kill yourself. That's what it does. So he does not recommend any sugar after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's why, if at all, then the dried fruits and not any of these. I try to stay away from all these children candy stuff, but it's difficult. The latest thing I was hooked on was these, but then I found out they have like flavors in them, and because well, I could have read it right from the start, but I was like, oh, what is the most healthy candy around here? And I figured it must be this one, but it isn't. Here we have all the chocolate that is forbidden. Like all these chocolate types are not okay because it's a milk chocolate containing milk, and the milk that you intake is not digested very well. Only northern countries like Scandinavia are able to digest it. The Africans not at all, and we Swiss a little bit. So from this whole shelf, that one would be okay if it's the lactoses we are talking about. But we are also talking about not just the sugar of this milk thing, but the milk altogether. So not even these I can take. Yeah. And here is all the fancy chocolate I'm not able to eat because also those are containing milk. Here we are at a shelf where we have all the sauces, and mainly the tomato sauce is not okay because you have the toxic lectins in them because it's a nightshade plant. So that one is not okay, and in here you have the table salt, which makes this one, right where you see at my thumb, that one makes this one being a bad thing. When it's this cooking salt, that one really, when you intake it, then 23 times more than the amount you take in, you need body water to encapsulate these toxic salt. So that's why you get fat even by eating salt. Here we are at the shelf where we have a lot of herbs, and all these that are yellow and green are not organically grown, so only the white ones right here I can buy. And of course the cinnamon is the wrong one, it's not the expensive one that they offer here, so you have to buy it at another shop. And these ones are not okay, says Dr. Gundry, because of the lectins. And then ginger, you can buy the whole root, would be better. And curcuma is very healthy, that one I always like buy. That one is really good. And yeah, these herbs are kind of like my friends in here. I sometimes pass by here and just out of need to be buying something, I put it into the basket, because there is not too much that I can buy in here. So I go like, oh, I want to buy something, I want to be collecting stuff like women do, and then I would buy another curcuma. So I have like 2 or 3 of them at home already. Yup. That's about it about the herbs. Here we are at the tin cans. In there is a layer of plastic, so it's the same as if drinking something out of a plastic bottle. You always drink some bisphenol A, and that one is an extra intake of women hormone, so you wouldn't want to have anything that is in a can. Listen. Da 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 da. That's a Swiss German voice. Something was 360, now it's 250, she said. Okay, so all of these already chopped up vegetables and fruits, that's a sad thing to look at, but then the cans are why I'm not buying it as well. Macrobiotics says you kind of chop it up in a nice way and eat it. And what they do right here is like a machine is going and chopping up these ananas and stuff, and you don't want your food to be treated like this, right? Here we are at another really nice shelf. That is not a shelf I'm considering, because I'm not a cat, nor am I, what else? Nor am I, there's a lot of products for cats. So right here I'm at kind of a healthy part of this warehouse, because all these, if it's biologically, organically grown, as these are getting into the refrigerator, right, when they are ripe, kind of. That's a good thing. They're not, they're like conserved the way they are. But peas and is not okay because of the lectins. Broccoli is not okay because it's a hybrid. So I go, you know, so all the vegetables in there are kind of nothing for me. So the only thing I'm gonna buy right here is a ice, because it's made with coconut oil, coconut milk, and of course it contains the bad sugar, 2 of those, 3 of those even, and it contains bad flavors. I wouldn't want to intake too much of those, or any at all, but since I'm hooked to sweet stuff, I'll buy those rather than the milk ones. Like, If I stand here, it's really nice and cold. Yeah. I used to buy those down there, but they are pure milk, so I refrain from doing so. I can see the birds, they're down there at the table. Oh, now they're coming. Nice. The ones at home that I'm feeding, they are by now like really overeating at times. Now they got it, I guess, so they're gonna get the raisins later on. That one over there is eating, so they're really nice. If you have them in your garden, they're gonna poo a lot, so that's the best fertilizer you can get. It's nice. I once drove by here, then I had the idea that I might be feeding these birds as well, just as long as I live here, kind of like while I'm feeding myself as well. Yeah. Now I got sticky fingers. Well, bye bye.